Welcome to the 2026 FIFA World Cup series. Again, my name is Hal, and today I want to focus on a unique group that has my full attention for two reasons. The Democratic Republic of Congo, the Leopards, that's my country of origin. So I am definitely rooting for them. So I just want to say something about them. 52 years, the first sub-Saharan African country to go to the World Cup in 1974. That was the Democratic Republic of Congo, at the time called Zaire. The Leopards made their one appearance in Munich, in Germany, at the World Cup. The performance was not very good. They were beaten 7-0, I think, by Yugoslavia, something like that. And I remember growing up, and we had this expression, at least we made it there. So in 1974, for the DRC, the first African country, sub-Saharan African country to make it to the World Cup was Zaire. The Leopards, the same country known today as the Democratic Republic of Congo. The team was brilliant on the African continent. The Leopards have won many, many trophies until turmoil came into the country, politically, security-wise, which disrupted every activity. Schools were closed for a decade plus. So obviously, sports didn't perform well. Well, now the Democratic Republic of Congo is back. You should have witnessed the celebrations in Kinshasa. But that represents a danger because there was not enough time to transition from that highly emotional moment into preparation for the World Cup, the first match at the World Cup. They are right now based in Liège, where they're going through preparation, and they will be playing their international friendlies this weekend, and we'll see how that will turn out to be. At the World Cup, they're facing a well-known team, Portugal, Colombia, from South America, and Uzbekistan from Asia. Everybody is talking about Portugal, but do not overlook Colombia. It's a very tactical team and very strong team. And do not overlook Uzbekistan because they've invested a lot of years in building themselves up. And so they could create surprises at this World Cup. So don't overlook them. Even though many people from the DRC and from around the world believe Uzbekistan should be an easy game for them. Now, the first game, Portugal. When talking about Portugal, the psychological battle matters here probably more than anything else. One of the biggest mistakes smaller or less globally celebrated football nations make against elite teams such as Portugal is psychological surrender before the match even truly begins. That is especially dangerous against players such as Cristiano Ronaldo. You can see Senegal is no longer suffering from that. Countries such as Morocco, they're no longer suffering from that. And this is dangerous because especially Cristiano Ronaldo thrives on hesitations, fear, defensive mistakes, and moments where defenders psychologically freeze. So my advice to the DRC Leopards, respect Ronaldo, but do not fear him. By 2026 today, Ronaldo is still dangerous, yes, because of positioning, finishing, aerial abilities, his experience, his mentality, and timing. But he is no longer the unstoppable transition machine of the 2020s. The worst thing that the Leopards could do is emotionally over-focus on him and lose their tactical structure. But what are Portugal's strengths? Tactical experience is number one. They are extremely experienced in tournament football. They know how to manage pressure, how to control rhythm, how to win ugly, and how to exploit mistakes. That experience matters enormously in World Cup competition. How about their technical midfield quality? Portugal's biggest strength may actually be midfield and chance creation. Players such as Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Vitinha, those players can control tempo, create passing lanes, manipulate defensive shape, and deliver dangerous final balls. That's where DRC could face real challenges, real difficulty. The third strength of Portugal is the clinical punishment of mistakes. Portugal doesn't always dominate physically, but they punish errors ruthlessly. A missed defensive rotation, a turnover in midfield, a failed clearance against Portugal, those moments often become goals. But then what are the weaknesses of Portugal? Aging leadership core. They still carry some aging stars, such as Ronaldo. He's 41 plus. They bring experience, but also reduce mobility. If the Leopards play with intensity, pace, physical aggression, and fearless transitions, Portugal can quickly become very uncomfortable. Another weakness of Portugal is defensive vulnerability under pressure. They sometimes struggle when physically pressed, when attacked directly, or forced into transitional chaos. So a disciplined but aggressive DRC side can create problems for them. How about the DRC? What are their strengths? Number one is athleticism and physical power. They must bring that aggressiveness against Portugal. They can compete physically with almost anyone in this World Cup. That's important because they possess pace, strength, recovery speed, physical duels, and emotional energy. Against European teams, many African sides often underestimate how much their physicality can disrupt rhythm. That is one of the strengths of Senegal team. Number two, fearless transition football. DRC must attack directly and aggressively. That will make them very dangerous because quick transition can isolate defenders, stretch Portugal's structure, and create uncomfortable situation for the Portuguese. If the Leopards score first, the psychological dynamics of the match can change dramatically. But their biggest weaknesses, and this is where the midfield progression and final ball delivery issues that the DRC have shown can come into play. Too often, DRC reaches dangerous transitional moments, but struggles with making the final pass, with attacking coordination, with composure in build-up, and midfield creativity. Against elite nations such as Portugal, wasted transitions can become costly because you may only get 3, 4, 5 major opportunities in a game against Portugal, maybe less. And Portugal is experienced enough to punish inefficiency. So what does DRC have to do to compete in this match? Stay compact defensively, number one. Do not allow Portugal to manipulate space between midfield and defense. Avoid emotional chaos. Portugal is experienced enough to exploit disorganized football. Number 3, quick transition. When possession is won, attack immediately. Do not allow Portugal to reset themselves defensively. Number 4, stop admiring Ronaldo. This is psychologically critical. Respect him, track him, mark him, limit his touches, but do not emotionally freeze because of his name. Because Ronaldo's greatest weapon is often psychological pressure. So what is my prediction for this game? Because Portugal will still enter as favorite because of experience, tactical maturity, midfield creativity, and tournament composure. But I honestly believe the Leopards have the athletic capacity to make this match very uncomfortable for Portugal. The possible outcome, Portugal may win narrowly, or the match may end up in a hard-fought draw, either 0-0 or 1-1. If the Leopards improve their midfield progression and final third efficiency, they could absolutely create an upset and beat Portugal. So, what am I saying here? DRC can win against Portugal if they pay attention to these areas that I have just mentioned. Okay? Now, again, please subscribe to our channel, like it, share with others who may be interested in the World Cup and in Portugal and the game between Portugal and Democratic Republic of Congo, the Leopards, and including also Colombia and Uzbekistan. Let's go.